Hey, welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. Have you heard about this quasi-government exercise called Black Sky that's coming? It's actually already started. A lot of people are talking about it on the internet. I'm going to weigh in this video and tell you what it really means. But first, cue the intro. Rhodesian Ridgebacks taking a walk. I know, weak, right? Give me a break. I just got up. Let me get this camera right. All right. So there's this exercise going on called Black Sky. It's put on by looks like a civilian type organization, but it's for government organizations. And there's a lot of government support: FEMA, NOAA, Department of Homeland Security, and probably, quite frankly, the military, FBI, stuff like that. And basically, the stated purpose of the exercise is to train organizations, allow me that, to be prepared for a catastrophic event in the United States that would damage significantly our infrastructure, whether that is, an EMP from the North Koreans or whoever, a coronal mass ejection of the type that we had in the 1800s that would just fry, electronics, a mega quake, a mega tsunami, whatever. And so people out there in internet land say things like, they know, man, they know. And then they give their pet theory. Nibiru's coming and, it's going to be chaos. Or they know they're setting up a false flag. They're going to pop a nuke and blame it on the North Koreans and then, blah, blah, blah. They know that the earth is flat and, this is going to happen. I don't know. There's just people go out there and they go crazy. And quite frankly, I just usually read about the first paragraph on some of that stuff and move out. Here's the view from my foxhole. And oh, by the way, if you are watching this video on any channel other than Viking Preparedness, somebody's ripping me off. Do what you do best, please. If you were the government, if you were suddenly appointed head of FEMA, Department of Homeland Security, or whatever, responsible for the safety and security of America and Americans, that's your job. Would it not be wise for you to make sure that the people under your care were prepared and ready for what's coming? Do you conduct drills with your family? Do you practice, because you're responsible for your family, do you practice fire drills? How do we get out of the house? Do you talk with your family about what would we do if this situation happened or that situation happened? Because if you don't, you should, right? I suspect that since you are watching Viking Preparedness, a preparedness channel, you have taken some steps to be prepared for whatever, for those under your care and responsibility, which typically is your family. It's no different from a government perspective. They are responsible for us. Now, I know we can get all political and philosophical and, blah, 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 and go there. But the reality is, hey, they're the government, and they have a responsibility to the American people. They also, they believe, and I believe, have a responsibility to ensure the continuity of government. Nobody wants chaos, right? The government is there to help prevent chaos, to make things run smoothly. And the only way they're going to be able to be prepared to deal with whatever threat comes down the pike is to think about it, talk about it, plan it. And yeah, they got to work with civilians and civilian industry to make that happen. I got something else to say. This is going to irritate some of you. The collective we like to pick our pet theory of impending doom, whether that's the deep state, it's a civil war, it's a North Korean satellite that runs north to south right over our country and could do an EMP. I don't think it can. We've got that secret space plane flying around, right? You think if we were worried about that, that thing would still be flying? Hey, I think they're chasing a deer, or getting ready to. They all just perked up. Some people have a pet theory, Nibiru. Some people have a pet theory, deep state, civil war, nukes, mega volcano, earth changes, earth tilt, all these things, right? At the end of the day, does it matter what rocked your world? At the end of the day, does it matter why all the lights are out and chaos reigns to you? Does it really matter? It does not. It doesn't matter what the causal factors are, because there's nothing you, Joe and Jane citizen, can do about it to prevent it or to help it. There's nothing you can do about it. And so I would suggest, I would implore, I would gently request that instead of spinning your wheels and your emotional energy on conspiracy theories and how they're out to get us, man, and it's all doom, 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 put that energy into getting ready. Because again, it doesn't matter if the North Koreans pop an EMP, the Russians pop it, the American government pops it, man. Or, you know, compare and contrast that with a really strong coronal mass ejection. It really doesn't matter what the cause was if the lights for 1,000 miles around your home go out. Doesn't matter what caused it. It matters what is. Deal with the what is. Get out there and start getting ready. Basic preparedness covers a myriad of scenarios. And you don't have to worry about the scenario. You got water stored up and you have a way to get more no matter what happens. You have food stored up and you have a way to produce more. You have medical taken care of. You have security taken care of. You have all these things, all the things that you can see on YouTube all over the place. They have these things called books that you can still read. Mine is one of the best ones out there. You can get it on Barnes & Noble. Survivalist Family, Prepared Americans for a Strong America. It also works for Aussies and, you know, Kiwis and Lithuanians and Nigerians, you know, whatever. Just, it works for you. That was a shameless plug. But if you don't know how to prepare, that'll get you going. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't start focusing on, you know, oh my God, here it comes. The North Koreans are going to actually pop it. Just get ready for something to pop. That's what this exercise is doing. You know, if you want to spin your wheels and talk about how the government's out to get you, all right. I guess, you know, Pastor Joe's not going to change your mind on that. But you would be doing yourself, your family, and your neighbors a lot better if you actually took steps to prepare instead of just worrying about the sky is falling. All right, hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit like. If you hate it, go ahead and hit dislike. I don't care. I try to put out a video or product or something every day on Patreon. I'll put a link to that down below. Come check us out. I think you'll like it. All right, hey, get ready, prepare, do the best you can with what you got where you're at, and I will see you out there.